Harcourts, Rata & Co. West Auction here at number 11 Hepburn Way in Caroline Springs. My name is Robert Ozzimo and I proudly represent the company of Harcourts, Rata & Co. West, joined here today by my colleagues. Should you require advice, please feel free to approach either Declan Addison and of course Nathan Hunt, who no doubt you met throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you now the following announcements which in place have you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for property after the property has been knocked to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, and the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 60 to 90 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward document. Everything's in there, everything is quite clear. Buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. Here nestled in the heart of Caroline Springs, we have access to everything that you need, not only for a great lifestyle but for significant capital growth. And when we think about capital growth, it's the infrastructure that surrounds us that underpins that growth. Easy access to a number of shopping options and transport options, not the least of which multiple bus routes, and of course Caroline Springs is a train station. A plethora of parkland in the surrounding streets and easy access to good quality schools, both primary and secondary. Add to that a great family home, a free-flowing floor plan, plenty of room for the family today and plenty of room for the family to grow into. And what you have is the perfect family package, the perfect opportunity to get the sold sticker up on the board. If that is your goal here today, buyers, right now is your time to reserve that right. As I said, if you do need any assistance, please feel free to approach either Declan or Mr. Caroline Springs himself, Mr. Nathan Hunt. Buyers, where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 11 Hepburn? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. Start me where you like. This is your moment, buyers, your time. I've had my say now. It's time for you to have yours. My instructions are very clear. We have set a very reasonable reserve price in order to get the job done here today. At 770,000, a strong start now at 770 the bid. At 770,000, oh, welcome sir and best of luck here today. 770 in the bids here. At 770 the bid now. At 770,000, any better bid, any better offer than 770 if you're here to buy. There's the bid, there's the competition. The opportunity is with you all at 770 now. At 770,000 once. At 80 now, or was that 8? At 780 now. At 780,000, same courtesy, sir, 10 if you like, 80 I have across the road. How about we go back with 800 in the rise? At 780,000, the bid's there. At 780 the bid now. 85, sir, I'm taking 10 in the rise. Perhaps if you bid twice, I'll take the 5. It's going to be 10 in the aggregate. At 80 I have, can I say 90 now? At 780 and 90 now. At 90 now, got. At 790,000. At 790 the bid there. 800 if you like now. At 800 beckons now. 790 and the bid's there. At 790,000, fairly been offered. One bid, not enough for here today, sir. Give me 2 or 3 at least before we part ways. At 790, fairly been offered over there. At 790, can I say 800 now? At 800,000, even money at 8, and a great bid at that. At 800,000, even money. Don't let it scare you off, sir. It's just a round number. At $800,000 a bid. At 800,000, the bid's there. And I will say that we are on the market. We are selling here today. There are no second chances. If you've come to buy, bid me now or forever hold your peace, because we sell away. 800,000, the bid's here. The keys are here. At 805 now, we'll take the 5 now. Certainly came the same courtesy at 5 if you like. Now, you had the keys for a moment, but he's pitched them off you in 10 now. At $810,000. At 810 the bid. At 810 we sell away. If you're waiting for a halftime break, waiting for me to go inside and seek instructions, won't happen here today. I have sought my instructions. They have been given. They are clear. They are to sell. At $810,000 the bid. The bid's there. The keys are there. We sell. 810 the bid. Once. At 810,000 are we done? Twice, 810 the bid, done, finished. Can I confirm the bid's there at 810? Yeah. At 810? at 810,000 is against you, sir, at 810, 15 if you like. The bid's there, the keys are there. I'm about to sell at 810 the bid. Are you absolutely sure? You started strong, sir, but if you want to buy, you have to finish strong at 810,000. Once at 810,000, all done. Second call, 810 the bid, done and finished for the third and final call at $810,000 the bid, all done, finished, silent out at 811 now at 811,000. Don't walk away for one, sir, at 811,000. You almost had, I was about to knock it down to you at 811,000. The bid's back there now. Keys are there for one at 811,000. Fairly been offered. We are on the market. We sell at 5, sir, at 816. At 55, I always add the 5, sir, at 815, at 815 now, at 815,000, at 815, and the bid's back there, at 815,000, bid there, keys there. We're selling here today, sir, at 815,000, fairly been offered, at 815. If you come to buy, now is the time, not later, right here, right now. We sell, 815 the bid, keys are here, at 815, at 815 the bid now. First call at 815, all done. Second call, $815,000 the bid. Are we done? Finished? For the third and final call at 815 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent and out at $815,000 now. Sir, we're absolutely sure at 815,000 the bid's there. As I said, you were so strong at 815,000. Need to know now, I'm about to sell. Give me one more, put yourself on top. Can I say 16? If it's worth 15, it's worth 16. No pressure. Well, a little bit of pressure, I'll admit that. I'll admit there's a little bit of pressure, but it's a great decision at 816. Get yourself off the market, into the market, start enjoying the capital growth from today rather than waiting and paying it down the track. At 815, the bid's there, the keys are there. Need to know now, we are selling. Can I say 16, get you back on top, sir? 15 plus 1, 16. Can I say 16 now, sir? At 16? Need to know, instructions, Nathan, please, at 815,000, bid there, keys are there, on the market selling at 16, and I would think so, sir, at 816, at 816,000. Now, you saw the hesitation. Now's the time to respond with a big bid. Big bids buy property, and the best response to small bids, always a big one. What was that? 816 and a half. At 816,000, bid there. Nathan trying to crack it up there a little bit. At 816,000, bids back there. Keys are back there. 816,000 on the market and selling. At 816, gave him ample time there. We'll give you the same to make the right decision for you and your family here today. At 816,000. At 816,000, bid there against you, sir. Are we definitely done? At 816,000, first call at 816, all done. Second call, 816 the bid, done. Finished. Third, final call at 816, all done, finished, silent out at 816, definitely done there. We are selling, selling, selling. So, congratulations and well bid, sir. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata & Co West auction. Have a great week and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.